Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode I show you how to polish a watch crystal made of plexiglass with a very simple method. Plexiglass crystals, yes, they have their fans, and that for a reason, because they have some advantages. First, they offer a very certain look you cannot have with a, let's say, sapphire crystal. And the second is they are relatively robust against shock. This sounds a bit strange, but it's the truth. When you hit a watch with a sapphire crystal, then the thing might explode in thousands of parts, and with the plexiglass crystals often you have a crack, but everything else is intact, and then you can replace the crystal. But on the other side, they're very weak against scratches. It's very easy to scratch a plexiglass crystal just with a wrong movement against the doorknob or something like that, and then you have a fat scratch in your crystal. This is not always so handsome. We want to avoid that, but it's not always possible, and then you need a simple method to erase that thing, to fix the crystal yourself, because it's very annoying to show up at the watchmaker for every little scratch, okay? And there are numerous methods out there here on YouTube how to polish a plexiglass crystal. I'm not claiming that my method is the best, the optimum, but it works. It has proven its value over the time, and it's very easy to learn. You need only very few items to apply it, and so I think it's definitely worth a try. And that's enough introduction. Now let's do it. Okay, and here we are with our watch, Dugina Tropica gold plated from the 60s with a plexiglass crystal, not very expensive, and so this is the perfect candidate for our little demonstration, because I'm somewhat handicapped because there's a camera between me and the watch, so it's harder to do for me, but I think I can show you the method so that you can see every detail. So first job is to scratch the watch or the crystal sandpaper. This of course is rather drastic. Perhaps you can't see it, but you certainly can hear it. See this? This is a worst case scenario really. And there are all these old tricks to use toothpaste to get rid of it. It would take you 100 years to get rid of something like that with toothpaste, okay? So no way. Our tool of choice is a file, the nail polishing pad, with a grit of 1000, and the other side has 4000. There you go. See that? And the next tool we're going to use is Cape Cod, invented for polishing metal. Most watch geeks have it. It's wonderful, but it's also very, very helpful for plexiglass crystals. And then we could use some professional compound like this all metal polish, but it's not necessary. You can do this with very simple tools. And the method also is simple. You create a pattern of grooves or ridges, or how you want to call them, in one direction to get rid of these scratches. This with a very rough tool. Second run in a 90-degree angle with a finer tool. Third run, again, 90-degree angle with an even finer tool, and so on and so forth, until you cannot see the polishing pattern with your bare eyes, okay? You could see them under a magnifier, but our job is here to create something we cannot see with bare eyes. I mean, you could polish it to perfection, but it's a bit nonsensical because we want to wear that watch, and you would create a nice pattern of random scratches in the first hour wearing it, on a microscopic level at least. But okay, let's begin now with the first run in that direction with the file, with a grit 1000, to get rid of these major scratches. And the crystal is turning somewhat milky because I've created a pattern of finer scratches to remove the large random scratches. That's the idea here. Let's clean it up a bit. There you go. You cannot see the dial so good anymore, but you see and you can hear that I already have removed these large scratches, and this was the idea with this first run. Now you could use the second side of the file. Grit 4000, in my experience, it's just too fine. It will not do so much. So our job now is to turn the watch around and use Cape Cod instead. Okay, I have here a small patch of Cape Cod and you already hear that it's taken away material. And my job now is to carry on until I cannot see and feel the first pattern. I want to replace the first pattern with a more finer pattern here in this run. This can take a bit of time, 1 or 2 minutes, but not longer. And of course, without a camera in front of you, you could do this with more perfection. But I think for a demonstration, it's enough. Okay, let's give it another cleaning. And this result now would be sufficient for many people. And in case you want to go further, you could use now the second side of the file. My experience is that now it's even too rough. My experience is also that toothpaste now is too rough. I would leave it like that because it looks very good after the Cape Cod run, or you start with some professional stuff, but again, it's not necessary. You could just use it like that. But only to demonstrate this, let's apply a little bit. And how to find out now which grit your polishing compound has? Very simple. You can just let it dry. Then you will end up with a little amount of powder. And the powder actually is your abrasive material. Don't apply it with paper because paper has an abrasive effect as well. So I use a cleaning cloth for glasses or watches, and then you can start again with this very fine material. I've forgotten which direction now because I have to do all the talking here. And there you go. Our scratches are gone. You still hear a bit of scratchiness from a fine pattern, but you cannot see it anymore. And again, if you want to have perfection, then you have to do all this more properly. And so let's repeat it very quickly. First run the file, second run Cape Cod. That's it. And if you're a perfectionist, then you could use a very fine toothpaste or better all metal polish here, made by, what is it, Technic Q, but you find this in various varieties. And again, the best method to try it out, just let it dry, and then you can feel the powder, how fine it is. But again, file and Cape Cod would do the job entirely well, and then you have a nice watch again. Okay, welcome back. I hope you found this helpful, but in case you have additions or you have your own technique that has also proven its value over time, then don't hesitate, share it with us here in the comment section. And please visit casebackwatches.com for fine leather goods like straps, belts, wallets, you name it, all made here in Germany. This keeps the channel afloat, keeps it independent, is a huge help, but it's not a donation there. You really get something for your money. Okay, and that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.